2, 1, go. Guitar Stories Podcast, your number one show for everything guitar.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Guitar Stories Podcast. Hello, Dan.
Hello, Andy. It's episode 61. It's good to be back. How are you?
I'm very, very good. Possibly the best I've been in 2022 so far. The start to 2022 was not exactly easy for me. I was very ill. And then last week we got back into the show. I was still feeling a little bit, not rough, but certainly not myself. And today I am feeling 100% Andy, which is a very nice thing to feel. How are you?
I'm excellent. I was looking forward to the show. There was so much news, that will cover something that confused me, something that excited me, and it always excites me to be back here with you and with all our guys in the chat. Shall we take a look? Who's in the chat?
Yeah. Who's in the chat? Well, firstly, the people in the chat are saying how good you look tonight, Dan. Normally you're potato quality, but right now you're living in 2022, my friend.
Yeah, I think so. I think I left Minecraft country already last week, but I'm happy that the quality is improving every week.
Every week. Just for you guys. In the chat, we've got moderators. We've got Saran, we've got Valeria, we've got Artie Smudge, we've got Pity, we've got Troy Collins. Pooh Ninja is in the house. We've got David, Michael, Buzzle, Andy, who's having to choose between us and Rhett Shull. Tough choice.
Yeah.
John C. and Fretlook. Freshen up your frets. Raphael, hello. Welcome to the show, everybody. If you're listening on the audio version, be safe, whatever you're doing right now. It's just a podcast.
Absolutely. We've got more people. We've got David. We've got Fergie in France, who's probably still in camouflage mode. Chris, Andy, Basil. So many guys. Troy. Hello, everyone. It's good to have you.
Very exciting this week because we've got a guest who was, to be fair, has jumped in at the last minute. We should be talking to Phil McKnight at the moment, but he has sadly had to cancel because he's ill. And then we moved our guest for this evening up because he wasn't, I wouldn't say he wasn't busy. He moved his things around so he could be with us tonight. So thank you to our guest. Dan, would you like to introduce our guest? Oh, no, hang on.
Oh, yeah. No. What?
Before we do, I just wanted to point out that, Dan, I can hear you very well this evening. You're crystal clear.
Oh, wow. You're also crystal clear, Andy.
Thanks. Could it be this microphone that I'm speaking into?
Maybe. What microphone is it?
This is the Lewitt Audio LCT Pure 440. What have you got?
No. You're kidding me. Also I'm using the LCT 440 Pure.
Wow.
What are the chances?
I don't know. I've been to Lewitt Audio in Vienna, you see, in the headquarters, and I've seen them working on their latest microphone. I've seen behind the scenes. And do you know what I say about Lewitt Audio, Dan?
Nope.
Good people, great microphones.
Wow, that sounds like a marketing plug, but I think you're totally right. And if you guys want to know more about Lewitt Audio, I highly recommend their YouTube channel. Maybe Valeria or Sarang can post it in the chat. That would be lovely. Yeah, thanks for the mics. Amazing. We have great audio quality. We have great video quality. I think the only thing that's lacking is great content. So I'm super happy that we have a guest that can contribute big time.
I can hear him snickering in the background. Dan, would you please introduce our guest, my friend?
Of course. Tonight we have the pleasure to talk with Guillaume. Guillaume is you can say internet persona in the guitar realms who's become famous as one of the faces for Thoman's music channel. He's a big fan of John Mayer. And also, I highly admire what he does on Instagram because he's also having a channel on Instagram that's growing. You can even say exploding because he's doing so many collaborations. Just recently did a beautiful collaboration with Rock Loe, amazing French guitar player. And I'll our guest Guillaume, he's able to produce drool-worthy tones, and he loves pedals as much as you do. He loves guitars as much as we both do. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say. You gotta experience Guillaume. So check out his channel and check out this show, because he will be our guest tonight.
That was pretty good. Let's bring him in. It's Guillaume Chenin. Hello, Guillaume.
Hey!
That is, without a doubt, the best introduction I've ever heard. First off,
Thank you very much.
I wish that everyone introduced me as a fan of John Mayer and guitar pedals. This is just about as accurate as it's ever gonna get. No, thank you guys so much for having me. It's awesome. I've been a recurrent watcher and listener of the podcast, so now I'm going to be able to listen to myself. This is great.
Do you actually think you're going to listen to this episode? Because
definitely.
Oh wow!
Just to compare audio quality, because I don't have the same mic as you guys do, so I kind of just want to make sure that I made the wrong decision there.
Oh wow, he's such a pro. He's such a pro.
Yes, we can have a word with our sponsor, Lewitt Audio, for this week. Thank you, Lewitt Audio. Yeah, it's great to have you on the show. For the first time ever, we're changing things around so that the guest is with us from the beginning for all the gear stuff, all the news, and then about the guest topic. Mainly we thought because we stick your face on the thumbnail and then we don't get to see you for half an hour. And we figured that, we'd get a bit more Guillaume. And this, hopefully, if it works, you're the guinea pig.
Oh my, loving it.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to talk gear, and if I fail, then the following ones will be thanking me for not having to stay for the entire duration of the podcast.
Well, no pressure, but do a good job.
I know. I'm feeling it. It's horrible.
And don't forget, you're listening to this in the future, so
Also yes.
Is there anything you want to say to yourself for the future?
Keep on keeping on. Nothing in particular. I'm good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's pretty good advice. So if you've got questions for Guillaume in the chat, please keep them for a little bit later, because we're going to run through the news and the gear, and then we've got questions for Guillaume. We're going to be talking about ways to be a guitar player as a job, ways to get a guitar job. So it's more than just playing guitar, and we'll discuss that later with Guillaume. And I'm sure Guillaume can agree that there are many, many things you need to do as well as play guitar. And with that, we'll go to the news. That's a big Gibson sign. NFTs is the news of the week. It should be NF and then the word tease. That's what we should have done. That would have been clever. I haven't got a concept to go with that, but I'm just the name guy, okay? NFTs, not just Gibson, but many people are in the music business are doing NFTs at the moment, non-fungible tokens. And I'm so educated because I watched a 17-minute video on this afternoon before we recorded the show. So with NFTs, you can buy the rights for stuff. I'm not going to claim to be an expert, but before I go down that road, Guillaume, Dan, are you NFT experts? Please say yes.
Not at all.
Absolutely not.
Damn it. Okay, so we're kind of out of the water here. Well, basically, Gibson are doing it, and also one of my favorite bands of all time, Nirvana. Even though they're not. Of course, the program's playing up again. So hang on. I say Nirvana. I queued it up. There it is. You can buy Nirvana NFTs. You can buy Gibson NFTs. I don't really understand it, but it's something to do with.
But wait, aren't they just like monkey JPEGs or something? Can you?
Yeah.
Is that not just?
Go on.
I thought.
Go on.
I thought that was it. I thought you just bought like a picture of like a JPEG of a monkey, and then you got rich or something. Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna say yes.
No.
Dan, any expansion on the word yes?
Well, it depends. We've seen variations on the monkey JPEG. Did you already also prepare the Hydra?
No.
Yes. No. Okay. Because there are also videos. Apparently, videos being auctioned off. Like we recently saw, or like what has been announced from Steve Vai, his Hydra video is being auctioned off as a non-fundable token. So it will be interesting to see how much money such auctions can fetch, and especially with a prominence like Nirvana that have such a big following. I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of money to be earned in there. Does any of you guys use Bitcoins?
Stuff, I do. I accidentally bought some because I wanted to buy something online about 7 years ago.
All right.
And then I ended up. I've got about $40 in Bitcoin because I bought like €10. I don't know, and then I spent €8 of it stupidly. I could be a what's it called? A millionaire, digital millionaire, but instead I bought membership to a guitar website probably. But basically, the news is you can make money by selling NFTs. Nirvana, or not Nirvana, but the people who represent Nirvana have some photos that you can own the digital rights to it. Gibson are selling are allegedly selling digital certificates, the digital ownership of the Les Paul, the Flying V, the SG, the ES335. It's all beyond me, but if you're listening to this and you know what it is, please contact us on Instagram and let us know how we fumbled through this.
So
topic.
wait, if you own the rights to a particular monkey, then you can you get money because people are using the same picture, or is that specific picture worth a certain amount of money from the start?
The latter.
Okay.
What is worth?
It's
just what other people ascribe to it. So if someone fancies a super cool monkey and someone else doesn't, I mean, what's the particular worth? But I think the point here is that you have like explicit ownership, and there's that item is unique, so nobody else is owner of that particular item, and that's what makes it so tricky for me, because in the digital age you can basically copy anything without losses. So if we talk about an image, if we talk about a video that's that's being auctioned off or sold, I don't really get into why would I want to own a video that's also available on YouTube and you could rip it for free. Because I think, you
this is
could
the
use
thing I don't get. I get the how and the what it is that you own the rights to that thing. I don't understand the why. That's where I get stuck. So in the blockchain, which is this big record of everybody's numbers, it would also say that Guillaume owns a monkey picture, and that's stored forever and ever. And then you can then sell that on to somebody. To me, for example, should I want to buy the said monkey picture from you?
It's a great monkey. It's a beautiful monkey. You should want it.
Is it? I do want it.
You do. I think so.
Are you selling it, or are you just waiting for the price to go up?
The price is going up right now. Like it's happening. It's happening.
I feel I'm too late.
You might be.
I told you. Maybe invested in the monkey. I told you.
Maybe the news is that we don't understand what NFTs are. I'm pretty sure that's more what the news is today.
To answer earlier's question, I never dove into Bitcoin. I downloaded an app, and then it asked me to do something with the bank, and it was all in German. I was like, no, I don't have time for that. And so I deleted the app.
Samesies.
It's about my story with Bitcoin.
That's my story daily with everything. You want to receive a letter? Here's an app that's in German. Oh, great.
Fair enough.
Wonderful. Okay, well, that's the news this week, everybody. The news is that Guillaume, Dan, and I do not understand what NFTs are, but if you want them, they're out there. You can get them, and some of them are monkeys.
That's cool.
Yes.
Actually, if I may make one remark, back in the past, in a previous episode, we talked about Final Fantasy, and there was a Fender collaboration with Final Fantasy, and if you purchased that guitar, you would receive a exclusive item, which to me, from my understanding, is also some sort of NFT.
Yeah,
and I totally
it's in-game exclusive. Like it's only
there you go. Yeah, and it's kind of
Sarang has defined what it is. He's just written money laundering. I can't disagree with that. Can't disagree. What I'm trying to get this around to, guys, is that we should be offering Guitar Stories NFTs. You know, like someone could own Pick of the Week. You know, that little video thing. It's going to cost, you know, several thousand Jeffs, I would say, but it's worth it.
Great.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got some gear picks for you. We're going to do it slightly differently this time, and we're playing around with it. As I said, Guillaume is the guinea pig, the Guillaume pig, if I may. And I'm going to have a pick. Dan's going to have a pick, and Guillaume's going to have a pick as our guest. So it's time for Gear of the Week. Wow.
Is it just one of the 3 words that start with GUI that you know? Is that why?
I also know guillotine. And,
that's a good one.
Guinea, you know, Papua New Guinea even, that's in there.
Yeah, that's true. I love that.
That's
you
enough.
haven't said guitar.
That's more than enough.
I love that you haven't said guitar.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not going to say it now. I feel pressure.
Yeah.
Epiphone, Joan Jett, headstock looks like a bum. I like it. It looks like a bum, or possibly boobs, or just, I don't know. We should do some information. The Olympic special asymmetrical body from Joan Jett and Epiphone.
Mm-hmm.
It is, it's a special, and it's coming in with one Power Hammer Pro humbucker. It's got a single volume pot, so no messing around with tone or anything like that. It's basically like a special with. It's a punk machine, is what it is, with an adjustable wraparound bridge. Dan actually picked this for me and said, I guess this is what you're going to be picking this week. And it wasn't going to be, but then it was, because I think it looks awesome. And I'm massively into my single pickup guitars that are just basic. And the thing I like about this is the price. It's priced as what I think an Epiphone should be priced at. It's between $550 and $600. And I think that for an Epiphone rock monster or punk monster, that's what you should be paying. No more. Maybe less, but certainly no more. And Epiphone have been sort of adjusting their prices upwards recently, and I think that has been frustrating me. But this one is priced where I think that should be priced. Thoughts, gentlemen?
Guillaume?
Yeah, they're not working for me at all. It's I mean, from a distance and maybe without True Tone, it would look like shell pink. That's the only thing that I can relate to. It's no, I do totally agree on what you said about price though. Like it's fair, and Epiphone's been going in that direction, at least sticking to that price range, and putting out like the quality of the last models and the last runs that I've played was really good. So if that's on par with them, yeah, it's a solid guitar. It's just probably a solid punk rock machine.
It's not a solid guitar.
The looks of it, I just don't know. Yeah,
it doesn't scream Guillaume at me, if I'm honest, from what I know about you.
No, not really. But what I like is, I mean, it's got a couple pretty punkish features. It's got a kill switch. I mean, that's pretty rad, right?
That's cool. That's punk.
Yeah.
And also the I think it's some sort of aged finish, so that's always something that kind of appeals to probably a lot of people, because punk is not about new and fancy and glossy stuff. It's more about used and worn out stuff. So that's pretty cool. But actually, I can totally see Guillaume as a punk, with a lip piercing and the hair, to one side. And
yeah,
I'll send you some pictures of like 15-year-old me. 15-year-old me would have been happy with that guitar for sure.
See. So Andy is
slightly
still
bothered.
at that stage.
I'm still there, man. I've gone back there. I went around. I've gone for a full circle. I'm slightly bothered the fact that it is asymmetrical. Like I kind of would have liked it to be symmetrical. then it would be a bit Gordon Smith. I don't know. I like it. I like the fact that it looks like that pickup shouldn't be there as well. It looks like they've added it afterwards. It looks like a pre-modded guitar.
Yeah. Great.
But we've got mahogany body. We've got Indian Laurel fretboard, 22 medium jumbo frets. It's got a Graphtec nut. It's already got things on that I would probably mod on there. I'd like to know what the tuners are. I couldn't find any info on the tuners, but
that's probably
I guess
OEM stuff.
Yeah, that might be the letdown point. But in fact, where I was getting my information from, they've just removed the price. So don't take that price as written because it might be wrong.
Okay.
The more we talk about it, the more it goes up.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Like the monkey,
Next slide. Next slide.
No, I'm on Epiphone.com.
No,
Now. It's
the official website says
$549.
$550. Yeah,
$550.
I was about to say it's $550
in dollars. So in euros, that's going to be if they go the PRS route, that's going to be about 7,000 euros.
Fair enough.
Sorry, little
I
bit,
like it.
It's a bit sore on that one.
Yeah, a quirky double cutaway. I like it.
I couldn't find info on the neck profile because I want to know if it's chunky or slim, and I'm going to guess it's slim.
That looks like it should be. It looks like it should be chunky. If it's not, that's a letdown.
Yeah, it is a
like the whole guitar
faithful
string.
reproduction.
This. Okay. Of a reproduction
hang on.
of
I've got
what
profile.
year would that be?
It says profile Olympic special.
Olympic
what does that
special,
mean?
Of course.
43 mil nut width. It's a glued-in neck. I don't know. I mean, the Billy Joe Armstrong thing went nuts. When people were after that one. I think this one could go in a similar direction. It's the first Epiphone that's excited me since the Jared James Nichols ones.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
interesting to hear.
It is right up your alley for sure.
How dare you?
Honestly, from the no, I mean you like big necks and punk guitars, and it just works. What was it? The 335 they brought just after the new. I don't even know what year it is anymore. It's like 2 years ago, the last real NAMM maybe ish.
Yep, 2020.
Yeah.
When they changed the headstock, they brought like the new series with the 335s and 339s. Those were good guitars. Like I was happily surprised by those.
The thing is, I didn't get to play them, you see, because I don't work an Epiphone and I'm not anywhere near a music store anymore. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah. But also the Emily Wolf Epiphone. But let's move on from my pick. I think it's time for we'll go for Dan's pick, shall we? And we didn't play my jingle, but I don't mind.
Dance, pick up the week. Dance, pick up the week.
Ridiculous.
I was missing Andy's theme, so we should probably play that when we have Guillaume's pick. So Manson Guitar Works. We had Manson on the show for a couple of occasions when it came to Matt Bellamy's signature guitar, if I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, loud nodding. Okay, so what they announced, I think a couple days ago, was a completely new model called the Oryx, which is basically a super strat kind of shaped guitar, very much in the likes of Ibanez, Bing, or Jackson. And he's not really.
I set up a special button. Hang on, I set up a special button.
Yeah,
I'm playing Minecraft. I set up a special button. And it didn't work. I pressed it. Now you do it. Now you do it. You go. There. Yeah. I'm pressing it again. Preemptive Ibanez button. I said it.
Yeah. So like I said, it's pretty much in the likes of those kind of modern guitars. It doesn't look too special, but I was completely blown away by the video, and I'm pretty easy to please whenever Adam get good releases in a video. I'm pretty much stoked because what he plays and how he sounds, it's pretty much what I see as the pinnacle of the gent movement, because it crushes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
well defined.
Agreed.
It's not muddy. It's separated, but it still has a lot of honk and a lot of that kind of growl
Yeah.
that you expect. And to me, he's like the quintessential artist, and he's got bare knuckle pickups. Greetings go out to Tim Mills and his team for creating some amazing polymorph pickups. And this guitar comes stuck with his pickups and a few like kind of interesting design choices, like a treble bleed mod. They have a specific tone cap and resistor. Even small details like after the nut, they have a some sort of foam to kind of dampen the strings, so you don't need
Oh.
additional toolage. And
Yeah.
it's pretty. I find it pretty interesting. Like I said, the video is kind of what really blew me away. So can we take a look at
Do
that?
you want to see the video? Yeah.
Yes.
Here you go.
Oh,
Nice. Well, there we go. If you
Yeah.
want to see the rest, there is it's available on all good video streaming sites that probably just YouTube actually. But yeah, go and watch it. Dan, that is a stellar pick, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
thinking that.
Hadn't seen those. Even just being announced. Honestly, I do follow Nolly, but yeah, I must have skipped that one. I like what they did with the horns as well, like kind of squared at the end and not super. It looks aggressive, but in a stealthy way, not too in your face. I really like that.
Yeah. Also,
I
I,
like
think
the
the
lower
material
backs because
mix.
the lower back looks like it'll sit nicely on your leg. Some guitars
Yeah.
just don't sit nicely on your leg. That
Kind
one
of
looks
like-
like it's gonna.
Which the Parkers at that.
Yeah,
like,
Parker. Yeah.
Parker Fly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Those had that
Yeah.
kind of horn profile. It was nice.
I tried to save that for last. I was about to say it looks to me, and you probably ain't gonna get that out of your head, as if an Ibanez RG and a Parker Fly had a baby,
Yeah.
right?
No, definitely. I can definitely see that, like with the big cutaway on top, and 100%.
Any
What else
idea
is
of
there
price,
to say?
Dan?
Yeah, it's pricey. It's UK made, so they probably clock in around $3,500. So I think they're charging
Okay.
£3,000 for the 7-string and $2,900 for the 6-string. And if you want to get it now, you have to place a deposit, and they are now up for pre-order on Manson Guitars website. So if you dig it, check it out. I find it interesting. It's got a alder body, and people that know me, and Andy, you know pretty well that I'm a fan of alder bodies. I'll pick alder over mahogany or basswood all day, and so to me, it's even closer to a ideal guitar. And it will be interesting. I hope at some point we get a chance to try the new Oryx out at, I don't know, at Guitar Summit or NAMM show or something. Great job, guys. No.
I hope so. Well, I'm interested to know Guillaume's pick of the week. We don't have a little
No,
guest
you
pick
should
of the
play
week.
yours.
thing yet.
I just want to see yours.
Okay, then we'll play mine, but it won't be mine. It'll be G's.
Andy's pick of the week.
So, I was too busy watching my own thing. Sorry, I didn't go to your screen. There we go. There you are.
The Delay Llama Mark III. Because if you slap the llama, it will slap back, and I think that just for that phrase, just for that, it's worth it. I was kind of torn. There was a lot that came out this week, but honestly, I kind of just picked that one because that's the only one of the things that came out that I was excited about that I actually got to play, and that was up to my definitely my expectations and standards. I hadn't played like a analog delay for a while, and I mean the sound is exactly the same as what you'd expect with a just Mark II or the Supreme that came after. It's just that they managed to pack a whole lot more in it, and I'm super happy about the subdivision because I'm just completely unable to do what Chris does and just like count and then start at the right moment when he wants like the Dolly Dave thing. Like I just can't do it. So I'm glad that I just have to flick that toggle switch and you're like, yep, this is it. I'm gonna play in a huge tribute band now. This is happening. Yeah, it just sounds super good, and yeah, I really liked it.
Well said. Well said.
Do you have one with you right there? Do you have one in the flesh?
Yeah. I got one on the. Do you want me to lift the board?
So I thought you were going to show it because I got mine ready because I've got one as well.
Oh god!
And I
Yeah,
thought,
but
well,
see, that's the difference between someone who's ready and someone who's not.
okay, well,
And also,
honestly,
I use pedalboard tape, so it's like it's on there. It's not going anywhere.
That's a good
I've
sign.
been trying to put this on my board, but I just keep bringing it back into the studio where my board isn't to use with other stuff. It's a solid pedal. It was kind of hard for me to make a video because it's one of those pedals that's just really good, and I just want to say it sounds really good. Go and buy it. Thanks for watching. That's it. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah, no, I did like a couple. I've got maybe one or two more videos coming out with it, and honestly, again, I haven't told Jam and I haven't told anyone, but like for the past month, all the delay that you hear on every single one of my Instagram videos was that pedal, and it was just like always on, like on everything, and it's just a slap back, just the most like the subtle slap back kind of thing, but it was on everything. I just didn't tag it. I just waited. I was like, okay, like. And also,
did you post a picture where you covered the pedal? Was that you? Someone
I think I did that too. Yeah.
I knew. I guessed what pedal it was. I know what that is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's sitting with the reverb and the tremolo. It can only be one pedal. Like a lot of people have said. I wonder what kind of delay that is. It's like, yeah, fair enough.
So for the people in the live chat, get ready to buy, borrow, or burn. I think this week is going to be super tough. I feel I might lose. But yeah, the Delay Llama analog delay with tap tempo, because I can't do without tap tempo. I love analog delay, but I always feel like I'm missing tap tempo, mainly because I don't want to have to bend over and adjust the time. Is it lazy? I don't know. Probably. No, it's I enjoy convenience. All right then. It is time, ladies and gentle spoons, to buy, borrow, or burn.
Buy, borrow, or burn.
Oh.
Where is he?
Gone.
Oh no!
Where he's gone?
No, I'm still
Where
there.
have you gone, Guillaume? There we are.
There he is.
I've got to have Guillaume in the middle. There we go. There we are. Sorry.
I feel nice and cozy. I'm good here.
Yeah. A little Guillaume sandwich.
Nice.
Whoops, this way.
Hang on. You got to go the other way, Dan. It's counterintuitive. There it is.
Yeah, I know. That's a good still. That's an excellent still. Hold it for a second.
Okay.
All right. Wait. I don't know which way. Oh, there we go.
All right, giving high five to Guillaume.
If you're listening to the audio version of this, we were just high-fiving mirror image and doing stuff. Yeah, it's definitely worth the picture that we'll post on Instagram. Buy, borrow, or burn. Let's check out the live chat. We've got Cranar. Hey, Cranar. He's missed them all, but he'll borrow the delay and not worry about buying or burning anything else. That's fair. I think that's fair.
Right.
We've got Michael will borrow the llama, burn the NFT, and buy the Joan Jet. Okay. Can you burn an NFT?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
How do you need like digital fire?
No, yeah, they're like some sort of programs, and they actually call it burning. So that's why it's pretty fitting. So if you officially want to destroy an NTF, it gets burned. So
like
okay,
old DVDs that you downloaded on LimeWire. Gave your computer all sorts of diseases.
Yeah. My old computer's still crawling around somewhere for the life of its own. Michael will borrow the llama, burn the NFT, and buy the Joan Jet. Hang on,
All
didn't I
right.
just say that? No.
Mhm.
Is that... I'm
I think
confused.
I think you just said that. I think
Yeah.
that was
Sarang,
already.
unpopular take. Buy the Epiphone, borrow the Delay Llama, and burn the Manson. It's not unpopular yet.
Not at all.
Could be. Poo Ninja, buy the Llama, borrow the Manson, burn the Epi. That's what I was expecting, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Fergie France will buy Guillaume, borrow Dan, and burn Andy.
Ouch.
Oh, that's brutal.
Ouch.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I'll take it. Take it.
Oh,
Right,
boy.
where's that ban button?
I don't.
Let's do 2 more. Fred Wolf will buy the Jam, borrow the Manson, burn the NFT scam. Not even a mention of my Epiphone. Oh dear. And then Kai Down will buy the Manson, then cry about the cost, borrow the Llama and cry about giving it back, and burn the Epiphone and cry until I buy myself a second one. I just want to give a shout out to Kai Down's YouTube channel. I was watching your channel recently. You've got a great channel. Keep it up. I wish you all the best. Guillaume, I know that was your pick of the week, but is there any other, the picks that we chose? Do you fancy any of them?
Yes. But I was told it was only one, so it's like I didn't want to push too much of it, and also I haven't played the second pick, so I'm just going on a hunch, something like
Yeah,
it's pretty safe. It's pretty safe because Magnatone just released new 5-watt 8-inch tweed inspired combos, and well, first of all, they just look glorious. I have not played them, but if they are anywhere near what Magnatone usually puts out, I think I would be down for that. I'd like to try one out, put it on 10, and just do my best. Led
It's a
Zeppelin
5-watt amp.
impression.
Put that on 10. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it. That's
Well,
the trick.
that was my pick of the week until Dan sent me that Epiphone, and I was really.
Oh, really? Yeah.
tossing up between the two.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Dan, I know you. We can't really play the game anymore, can we? Have we ruined our own game?
No, why?
Because I can't pick for you because you've already picked your pick of the week. Did we think this through
Yeah, but-
properly? I don't think. All right, then I think I'm going to get one right. I think you would buy the Manson,
Yeah. Okay.
burn the Epiphone, and borrow the Delay Llama.
Spot on.
Get in there.
Yeah. Shall I do Guillaume then?
Dirty.
All right. So I'm picking for Guillaume. So I would suppose he would. He already owns the delay. So I don't know.
Let's imagine
Yeah,
he
he
doesn't.
definitely- All right.
Extra.
Okay. All right. Well, I think he would definitely buy the delay and borrow the Manson. Just for the sake of not playing John Mayer all day long, so he can actually play some
I'll
jams.
play John Mayer on that Manson. I swear to God, I'll play John Mayer on that Manson.
Slow janting in a burning room.
Oh,
Amazing.
yes.
Oh, good.
Yes, please.
And of course, burning the Epiphone, but not because it's a bad guitar, but just because it's the only Epiphone that I think looks bad with that open book headstock, because it looks as if someone's ass would look up. Someone who picks up something.
A builder's
Everything
bum.
everything about
Builder's
this was
bum.
extremely accurate. Yes.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Bob the
Guillaume, you want to
Builder's
pick for
bum.
me?
Yes. I'm gonna say that you would buy the Epiphone, borrow the delay, and burn the Manson, because you already have delays. You already have Epiphones as well, but that one, I don't know. I'm not sure. Just for the sake of that headstock on a thumbnail, I think. I'm not sure. I think you'd be more excited to buy this than a delay. Is my take on it. I might be wrong.
I don't know whether to agree or disagree. I don't know where I am, if I'm honest, but I will say that I need more info on that neck profile before I can make a decision, because it says Olympic profile
Fair
or
enough.
something like that. and that's not enough. If it's a chunky beast, if it's a chunky mother, then I definitely want to at least play it.
Yeah.
The Delay Llama has been one of my favorite pedals for a long time because it just works.
Yeah.
But the Manson, it's just too expensive for me to even go anywhere near. So I'm going to have to burn it purely based on the price.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll say you're right.
Cool. That's good. That's good.
Sweet.
That's good.
Very
And
successful episode.
Burning
Yeah,
expensive
happy.
things is how you get famous. So that's it.
True. True.
That's how YouTube works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm
Brisley made a nice comment. Ha ha ha! Last pedal train home. So we're starting obviously the John Mayer references already. That's nice.
I'm gonna walk back of that podcast with every single caption for all my future videos. This is like I'm gonna steal everything from that chat.
Can I put one in? Can I submit one to the team?
Please.
Absolutely.
I'll even sing it. Gentity.
Nice.
That works too.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't trust myself too much with those kind of songs and stuff.
I don't trust myself with down tuning you.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna have to start taking notes. I can't remember all of those.
Well, you're gonna listen back at some point, and
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Brisley Adams says cadeau.
Oh,
Cadeau.
celui qui. Wait.
Cadeau.
Yeah. you know what it means, right? Cadeau.
Yeah, it's a present, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I just didn't know it was him who posted it. Thank you. Merci. Thank you.
Right, we should, Dan, properly give our guest an introduction. I mean, we gave him an introduction earlier. He's not going to get a better one than he already got from you, but he is going to get himself a little bit of a graphic scene, and then we're going to talk to Mr. Guillaume Chenin about how to get a guitar job in 2022. Guillaume Chenin, welcome to the show. Thank you for your expertise, your humor, and most of all, your face.
Thank you very much for having me. You're welcome for the former, sorry for the latter. I'm just Spooninger so eloquently said I am brush free since 2003. So this is just the way it is. This is the way it is.
Is that the secret to having a job in guitar in 2022 and beyond? No hairbrush.
I think it is definitely a part of it. I can't say exactly, maybe like 36% ish.
That's good. I just got to make a note of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've been doing great. So.
Thanks. Yeah, I haven't brushed. I do brush my hair every now and again, and then regret it because I can't get through doorways and things like that. That's doorways, cars are always an issue. I haven't said it yet, but I'm going to get it out of the way. I miss you dearly, Guillaume. I
miss you.
I want to hold you. I want to squeeze you.
I do too. Probably would have phrased it differently, but yes. I appreciate that you want to squeeze me, and I do want to squeeze you too. I miss you. It's been so long. You too, the two of you. I haven't seen either one of you forever, so it's good. I'm super psyched to be here, and earlier than planned even. So this is really cool.
I think that's something we should mention, that Guillaume was super spontaneous guest that we didn't have on the agenda. We actually talked about him joining the show, but we were just too full with guests that we can get him on the show earlier. But if
I just been a plan B, I would have said no. So
It's like plan H, plan J. Come on, we call everyone we know.
That's it.
Get the Frenchman on the show. So guitar jobs. First, let's hear your guitar story. You started playing when you were a teenager?
Yeah, super young. I was 7 when I started taking lessons. I got my first guitar. I was like 3 or 4. Then kept on. I gave up on lessons super quick because I hated it. Then joined a couple of bands throughout, like, late middle school, early high school. Did a couple, maybe 2 years of lessons after that, just before university, because I was kind of stuck in a rut, mostly like a punk place, which wasn't a bad place to be, but like I was really unhappy with it, which was my biggest problem. So I took a couple more years of lessons. Then I started giving lessons while I was doing other odd jobs and studies and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then when university inevitably came to a fail, I found the job that was I just dumb luck. I
Thank you. Good night.
No, no, I didn't find. I mean, it wasn't dumb luck. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to rephrase that. The thing is, like, I was trying to get into a PhD, and I had my topic and everything, and one of the teachers that was supposed to oversee the project dropped at the last second, and that was maybe like a couple of days before surrendering the application thingy. And so I didn't really have any plan B again, and I was looking at guitars because I was feeling bad inside. I was looking at guitar shops and just like, what will make me feel better? And that's when I saw the ad for Thomann. And it's like, well, I literally have nothing else to lose. Like, I'm not particularly attached to the idea of staying where I'm at, so why not? And so I applied, and I got the job there. In sales first. I was doing customer.
So sorry to stop. Were you living in France at the time?
Yeah, I was back in France. I was back in France to prepare the PhD at the time. So I was living in Strasbourg.
Okay. What's specialization? The PhD?
That was American foreign politics, and
Wow.
the PhD in historiography. It's super far off from historiography. Historiography is when you look at history critically, and so you basically write the history of history books and show how they were wrong, kind of a thing, So yeah,
that basically was what today is called the fact check on Twitter.
Sort of, yeah, but with actual sources.
You would not be popular doing that. There's no need for people like that anymore.
No. So yeah, I'm glad I went out of that before it became too mainstream.
You were just in it for the money. Come on, be honest.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I was just in it for the title, really, because that was the only thing I was missing to teach at university. Like, I was teaching in middle school and high school at the time. I hated it. Like, it just wasn't for me, and I wanted to teach like grown-ups. It's like the topics and the overall vibes of it were more to my liking, I'd say. And yeah, so the only thing I was missing was the PhD to do that. That's why I wanted to do it. And
sorry,
yeah,
I interrupted you. So you applied for Thomann in sales. You got the job.
Yeah. So I was selling guitars in French over the phone and emails for overall 2.5 years or so. It's just that when I got to Thomann on my first day, I met the head of marketing while I was getting coffee, and kind of just bumped into it very awkwardly. And so we started talking then, and then the same evening I was out with some of the guys from the French team. They introduced me to another French guy who was sort of, second to, Dominic at marketing, and second or third. I don't want to rank people. It's just like, he was part of the department as well, and he was French, and he was there, and we became really, really good friends. And he saw that I was doing, some guitar on Facebook and on YouTube for a while. It'd been like a couple of years. I'd just post random videos, and so yeah, he said, yeah, you just send me a link, I'll have a look and whatnot. And a couple days, maybe a couple of weeks after, I can't remember exactly, called me up to the administration building, and we're like, oh my god, I'm gonna get fired. This is the end. And yeah, waiting downstairs, and it's like, hey, you the new French guys? Yeah, that's me. It's like, do you like Periphery? It's like, yeah, I love Periphery. It's like, do you want to meet them? I said yes, and then and like I went upstairs, asked me, yeah, can you introduce yourself, speak a little bit, just to see what your English is like, and that kind of stuff. And yeah, that was my very first video on the Tubman channel. I was interviewing Mark Holcomb from Periphery. Yeah, a few weeks, maybe a month after that, and then the feedback was good, so they were like, hey, do you want to do more videos? Yes, please. So I did more videos, and then kind of stuck with it, joined Chris, who was doing like the main videos for maybe like 1.5, maybe 2 years at that point already. And yeah, and the rest is YouTube history.
Yeah. That's a great story, and especially really a bold move. And I'm not making that to place a John Mayer song like "Bold as Love" in there, but to kind of end your career, end your career as a teacher, and kind of move to a different country and work in a completely different job just to follow your love in guitar, and follow your dream to become some sort of guitarist, probably not on the big stages, but on YouTube and on the channel. That's pretty rad. At that time,
Yeah.
when was it when you were doing those, what I highly admire, those crazy like super early practicing sessions, like really?
Yeah, that was my first maybe my first two years at Tubman. Like after a while there, I started, and I did that for about 2 years. It was good. It was just like I was feeling super unhealthy and unhappy at the time, and because I was doing long distance relationship and I was living alone, it was kind of wasn't in the best place, and so like for my mood mostly, it was a really really good boost to just wake up super early, wake up at like 4:30 at the latest, and then try and be like disciplined about it. Just like wake up, work out, shower, breakfast, and then by the time I'd have to drive to work, there'd still be like an hour and a half left, and I would use that to just play guitar for an hour. And yeah, it was great. It was it did me a lot of good, and it was cool also. That was about the same time I started Instagram, because I was thinking, well, I'm already playing for an hour. I'm just going to prop the phone against the desk and film that, and if there's a usable minute in there, I'll just post it. And that's basically what I did for 2 years. It was just like random snippets of me playing whatever super early in the morning.
Yeah, it was good. I remember being quite. I admired you for your early morning sessions, but also I knew that you were not in a good place then. But also I admired the fact that you'd recognized that about yourself, and therefore were doing something about it. And for me, and from having worked alongside you for what seems like longer than it actually was, you always seemed to have a guitar in your hand, and whenever I was trying to talk to you, you'd almost reply with a lick. I'm like, oh, would you put that guitar down and just let me talk to you for a second? And
I actually put the guitar further away so I wouldn't be tempted to just like grab it. So I put the stand like a little bit back, so I would actually have to like turn around and move. Yeah, I mean, guitar's always been there. It's just like the how that has changed quite drastically. Like again, the first one, I was 3 years old, and it's just that I grew up in a family where people loved music, but none of them were musicians, and so it was kind of I was always realistic about this, that okay, there's like very very small chance that I would ever make a living out of just playing guitar. So and school was all right, so it's just I always saw it as a hobby. And then when the chance came to just turn that into a job, yeah, I jumped on it. But I don't know if I would have. I don't know. I just don't know. But like it turned out this way, and I'm happy about it. So
yeah, that's pretty good. I think
But
that's
one of the
also a
things-
misperception by a lot of people, that they think that there are actually people out there that just play guitar all day long and make a living from that. Because what they don't see is all the hours you put into producing content, all the hours you put into organizing events, organizing concerts. And if you don't want to do it, you have to pay an agent, and still then you have to take care of a lot of paperwork and stuff like that. So it's not that easy. And the actual
100%,
playing time is
absolutely.
limited.
And Andy knows that as well. It's like you do have to take all of those jobs and do everything, whether it's as you said, organizing shows and like playing gigs and whatnot, or producing content and posting it and just making sure that it goes out the right time and with the right hashtags. And then you have to film and edit and mix and all of that stuff. But like everyone who's ever done like the slide of YouTube or Instagramming knows that. The thing that I find reassuring in that context is that all the years prior to that, like all the years where you were actually just playing guitar constantly, that's the one thing that allows me to now like sit down, turn on the camera, plug in my guitar into the interface, and like, all right, I'm just gonna download a backing track randomly. I'm gonna play 20 minutes, and I know that out of those 20 minutes, there'll be a good take, at least, one or two, because I've been playing for so long and I've been practicing for so long. I'm in a place where now doing everything else takes me a lot less time, because like I don't have to practice as much to figure something out when I'm playing it. And then so I don't know how to say like, to put it in perspective, like some like videos that I make from start to finish, from sitting down and plugging the guitar to uploading the video, there might be 20 minutes, like 30 minutes tops, if it's a hard song, or like a song that I really don't know and I just have to figure out on the spot. But that's kind of reassuring to me. Like it feels like all the work that I put in before, it makes everything else just a little bit easier and a little bit more mainstreamed, and so that's cool. I forgot what the question was. I'm
not even sure there was a question, but it was more a sort of observation, I think. But for anyone listening to this or watching this that has seen the title "How to Get a Job in Guitar in 2022" and is wondering why aren't they answering that question, I just want to point out that I think by just being here, Guillaume is answering that question, because to turn this on its head and say how not to get a job in guitar in 2022 or any year is to say no to things. And what Guillaume has very clearly done is say yes to things and taken opportunities. And also your the periphery thing, and we've talked about John Mayer. You're very you can adjust your playing. You don't say no to I don't play that music, or I only play metal, or I only play country, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of players on YouTube, of course, in the comments section, are very stuck in their ways, and they're not malleable, they're not flexible, and they would be the kind of person that would say no to a job just because it was the wrong kind of music, or because it was in a different country, or something like that. And I think to turn this on its head, to say how not to do it, is to say no to things. And from you just being here, the very fact that it was a spontaneous, yes, I can do that. For me, this is what it has to be to get a job in music and guitars in this day and age, is just to be able to say yes to things.
100%. I see Henning is here, and I'm super excited. He's just apparently barking in the chat right now. But hi, Henning. But like it's exactly what you said. And I saw that Kai was saying the same thing, being at the right place at the right time, and just saying yes. Just say yes, and then you figure out how to do it, right? So like I started making videos. I'd never opened Final Cut in my life, and like it's, now it's a thing, and now I can do it for work too, and I can get paid because I kind of figured it out. And like, I'm not the best at it, but I can throw a video together and it's fine. Same for Logic. Like, I'm not an audio engineer, but I can mix okay-ishly enough for Instagram and compression and whatnot, and like the only way you're going to be able to do that is just by doing it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Also, I think the other point Kai said, you got to be at the right time at a certain place, or the right place. And I think the internet, and especially social media, gives you enough opportunity to kind of expose yourself and get a better chance to be seen by others. I mean, like you said, if you wouldn't been on Instagram, like collecting those 1 minute takes that you felt were great, they probably have looked at your account and thought like, well, okay, but maybe not. But you showed that you did hone your skills, that you were able to play, that you were able to understand the instrument, and from there, and that you had a present, and from there they could kind of evaluate, okay, is he a guy who can make it? Could he be a potential face on the channel? And I think that's pretty important. And like Andy said, just being on the show, being on Instagram, being on social media is just a big part, and it's a starting point.
Definitely. It's a good platform to just get wrecked as well a little bit, and kind of the community is nice. I like the people on Instagram a lot, and they the thing with that is, okay, I'm not gonna put that without swearing. No, I'm gonna have to get back on this. It's I'm struggling right now. I'll have to get back to you on that one. It's a good place for trial and error. It's a good place to keep practicing. Nothing is like final either. You can always, clean up the place once you've figured out like a way of doing things, and like but most importantly, it's you shouldn't really see it as a display of your skills, and more like a place to just keep growing and keep putting things on. Like, sure. I always, and that's why for the longest time I didn't want to contact brands and be like, hey, do you want me to, could we collaborate on something? Can I do videos for you? Can I do this or that? It was just because I didn't see my Instagram as a place where I could just like display my skills and be like, oh, this is what I do, look at it. But more as a place where like, okay, I've been practicing. it's all right, isn't it? So it's but in the end it kind of ends up just being that, and being like, people see that you put the effort, see that you put the time in it. And regardless of what I was doing on YouTube, when people started asking me if I wanted to collaborate with them on Instagram, I had like 1,000 followers. I know it seems like 1,000 is already like a lot. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. I don't have 1,000 friends. It's just 7 tops, but like it's just like
that's
like,
quite a lot.
It's a lot of friends already. Like, I don't have a lot of free time anymore. But 1,000 followers in today's world, like for a company to see value in that is kind of impressive, and like realistically just all the validation you can possibly need. Like an established company who contacts you and be like, hey, I like what you do, regardless of how many people you can reach. I'd like to see you, send you something and do something. And then that's just incredible. And it's a good place after that to start. I guess the whole point of that conversation is like, how do you end up kind of working for it and making money for it? I think that's a good entry point as well. Working, collaborating with people, and then as you go and as you can offer more exposure or more content or higher quality content, then you can start making some money with it, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Guillaume, I want to know the stuff that the skills and things that you do now that you didn't do a few years ago? What are the things that you do? Like you've mentioned Final Cut, you've mentioned Logic and stuff, but there's a lot more than just video cutting and audio cutting. What are the things that you have to do as a guitar player to have a career in it that are not necessarily considered things guitar players would have to do?
Right. So practice first, obviously. Like most people think you don't have to do that, but you kind of do. I don't know. It goes through a lot of things. I would say the main one would be, in the loosest sense, networking. And if you want to try and make it on a certain platform, you kind of have to, well, stay on that platform and see what it's like and see what people are on there, and just like check out other guitar players that seem to be doing fine, and get in touch with people and be like, not necessarily having an end game. Like, you're not looking for something in particular. You just, hey, hi, I really like your stuff, and like, or drop a comment or share a post or that kind of thing, and that goes a long way for a lot of them, and they'll end up doing the same thing with your post and your music, and it's just like, it's building a community out of just a random group of people who don't know each other. And I think that's a really important way to follow through on what you do, whether it's on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, or whatnot, to just like engage with the people that are like-minded, whether it's people who like what you do or if it's people that you admire. It's that kind of, I'd say that's a really big part of it, definitely. Then as you said, that there's all the production thing and audio mixing and video cutting, and you end up watching 30-35 minute long videos on softboxes and bokeh, and just like trying to figure out what the hell aperture means. Like, I had no idea. Like, you end up learning a whole lot of things because you have to, by default. You just kind of have to figure it out. It's good fun though. It's nice. I hope that was somewhat acceptable as an answer.
Great. Definitely.
I can certainly relate to it, and I understand the answer. So yeah, I think so. The answer's not really for me, because I can take a guess at what I think the things you have to do. It was more a case of
100%.
I'd rather you explain it than me.
Thank you. You're trusting me with your thoughts and your.
It's just taking a bit of
just
time
that
off,
one.
A bit of downtime.
Just that one. That's it.
I was thinking about monkey NFTs.
I'll just sub anytime you're tired from now on. Just let me know.
So Guillaume,
I think
you also
my
do.
channel will be happy.
Absolutely. Guillaume, you also have some side hustle going on with the French audio scene. Is that correct?
Yeah, audio fanzine. It's
audio fanzine.
It's a webzine in France, and for the past. So I started working with them by just like translating articles and writing some articles and things like that. And it's been like maybe a year, maybe a little over a year, when they asked me, hey, you've been doing videos and whatnot. Do you want to do videos in French with us? So yeah, of course, I'd love to. And now I have like a bi-monthly. Wait, is bi-monthly twice a month or once every other month? It's the twice a month.
Depends if you're in America or England. So
right. Then I just make videos.
Something different.
I make videos for them every other week.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And
how did that start? Like, did they approach you because they saw you on Instagram or on YouTube, or did you meet them on a trade show? How did it come about?
No, we didn't meet. I think it was through Toman.
Okay.
At the time for the translations, because I think they got in touch to find someone who could translate like from German and to English and from English and that kind of thing. And because I was French, I guess I ended up on that spot because they're a French company somehow. And I don't really know how that happened, but it was through Toman, definitely, and I got in that way through translating a bunch of articles, some like manuals, things like that. And then the relationship, it was like, it just led there, I think. And then they asked me if I wanted to do videos, and yeah, definitely.
Again, just saying yes to stuff. It seems to be your thing.
I think
glutton for
so. Yeah,
punishment.
definitely. The more about it.
We have a question from the chat from Sarang. Speaking of genres and making guitar music today, do you think Instagram usually likes to hear a certain kind of music or music in a certain way?
Yeah, to some extent, but not really. So like, okay, no, let me explain. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but no.
This is extremely confusing. Yes, and I used to be dead certain of it, like, because I did kind of back myself into a corner at some point, by just like, I don't know, I think it was like 1 week where I posted like 3 or 4 just John Mayer videos like in a row. And it was just that. And for some reason, one of them picked up like crazy, and I gained however many views and followers and whatnot. And I thought, this is it. If I just overuse the hashtag John Mayer, I'm gonna get famous. This is the way. And the following week, put out another 2 or maybe just the 1 video that completely flopped. And the same kind of music, same kind of thing, I don't really go out of my way on Instagram. Like, it's either blues or pop or like funk, rock kind of a thing. I don't go into metal. I don't go into like jazz because I can't play it. It's like, so I'm in a, like, let's call that a big category, yes, but I don't think that that's the way the algorithm works anymore. Some things are just going to get picked up, some things are not. It's a lot of it is relying on just the way Instagram is just randomly picking things and put it on the explore page, or the way that maybe one page is going to see that one video of you that's 5 weeks old and share it, and you don't know that they shared it, but now it's exploding for some reason. I don't think you should get in that state of mind, at least. Even if the algorithm were to prefer one kind of music over another, one kind of guitar playing more specifically, I don't think you should think about it too much. See what works, see what flops, see what doesn't, and sometimes you'll be surprised. Like, I've had some, Pearl Jam or what was it that I didn't think would work that did work? I can't remember exactly. Like, it was something a bit more grungy, and the video just worked as well, if not better, than most of the John Mayer stuff. So it's not. I don't think it's relevant. Don't back yourself into a corner by doing always the same thing because you think that's what works. I play John Mayer a lot because I love John Mayer a lot, and not because I think it works for Instagram.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can I ask, when you said 2 very distinct things, that one John Mayer video succeeded, it blew up, and then the other one flopped. What are the kind of numbers that you consider to be blowing up and flopped for someone where you're at on Instagram right now?
Where I'm at right now, blowing up is anything that goes, in like 100,000 views. That's something that doesn't happen a lot. If one of my videos, like just a video, not a reel, not a promoted, whatever, if a simple video goes up to 100,000, to me that's a lot right now. I'd say the average is around 30 or 40,000. So if it goes way beyond that, that's exploding for me. Disappointing is just, it's based on my expectations. Like, if I think the video is like, if I think the playing is good, or if I think the song was really hard to play, if I do 10,000 views on it, I'm gonna be bummed, because like I thought this could be like way better, because it was super hard to play, and come on guys. But that's just the way it is. But yeah, in terms of number, that's about where I'm at. 10,000, meh. 100,000, yay.
Yeah, and sometimes you can't really narrow it down why it flops and why it succeeds. Sometimes you do the crazy adult chord stuff, and you're super proud of yourself, and you get like a couple thousand likes, and then you do some simple riffing and AC/DC stuff, and it just blows up because it's super simple and people dig it. You can't predict that.
I didn't know. A very interesting point. Sorry, G. Carry on, please.
That was for Sarang's question. Every video where I did like some sort of violining, like guitar volume swells, all of these worked. So maybe that's what Instagram is waiting for. You should just like do
Right.
swells with your guitar volume.
End the show now.
Volume swells. There's the way
Volume
to go.
swells.
I don't know.
I've got a
why
really long little finger. That's
No,
an amazingly
there
long
you go.
little finger. So.
You were built for Instagram fame.
Maybe
You watch. I'm
Andy
gonna
brought
post
up
it now
Kai's
just to test.
Andy brought up Kai's question. Maybe we can talk a little bit about what kind of gear you should use and what will help you to kind of be more visible when it comes to going from a crappy 240p video to like Henning style 8K Dolby surround productions. Is there anything
So
that you
hang
can
on, Dan.
recommend?
Let's just read out what Kai wrote because
Okay.
it's for
Absolutely.
the audio version. Kai Down wrote, "Proper lighting will do better for your Instagram content success than any specific genre will." Guillaume Chenin.
100% right. He's absolutely right. I don't know if it was coincidental with the moment where I started, because I had the lights. Like I did buy some like in the cheap soft boxes, like maybe $20 on Amazon, something like that. Like they're not great lights. And I have like the $1 and I have like a small yellow light in the back or whatnot. Because when I started doing promotional content, like put the pedal on screen kind of a thing, that was in September last year. And that kind of fell just about the same time where I got the light and I decided, all right, I'm just gonna turn around, put the background behind me and not just a laptop or whatnot. And that's exactly when it picked up. Like since September last year, in 3.5 months, I was at from 1,000 to 10,000. And I definitely think it was mostly a visual thing as well. Like the having the pedal on screen and having some of the companies being kind enough to, send those pedals or share the posts or whatnot did a lot, obviously, but I think visually, and that's a trend that I see with a lot of other accounts and friends that I follow on Instagram. Like the second they start like kind of rethinking the lighting, is like, oh, maybe I should, stay a little bit more consistent, have the same camera angle and go with this or that. It's like immediately picks up.
I know it's the same. There's a lot of guys that I follow, like SR Guitar and Martin Frieders.
Martin, yeah.
Jamie,
Martin is the definition of that.
It's the same. I don't want this to sound negative, but it's the same thing every time. But it's a brand,
Absolutely.
and I know it. I'm like, I know that is going to be good. I'm going to turn the sound on this.
Yeah,
and I'm going to check it out
every single time.
I've learned a lot from that.
Yeah, definitely. Martin is a great example of that, because like he started just posting pictures of his custom shop, and like he had a couple of really nice guitars, and it was just like he has an eye for photography and lighting, and like he knew already what was visually pleasing, but he was taking pictures and it was fine. Like his account was doing fine. It was like a couple of thousand people following him, and it was nice. But then he picked up the light, he picked up the angle, and he stuck with it. And like since then, he upped the quality. Like you can see it's a different camera. You can see like he changed a couple of times, and but the angle, the way it's done, the pedal in the corner, the everything, like he figured it out. He figured out the recipes. Like I'm sticking with that. And in maybe 2 years of Instagram ish, he just passed like 100,000 followers. And well deserved. Like, I mean, the guy's tone is just spot on every single time. It's just like consistently really good. But I think it's just a visual thing as well. You see that, you click on his profile to see, is that just a one-off? It's like, oh no, he's doing that 4 times a week.
So I learn a lot from that.
Yeah.
But to go back to your question, Dan, I think the gear that you need is not the guitar gear at all.
That's a good point. And also, I think Instagram, that's what I also learned from what you just said, is it's a visual medium. So basically, the first thing that kind of draws your attention is basically, the first couple seconds or the first image that you show, not necessarily the text or the hashtag or the
no
tone.
one reads. No one reads the text. I keep putting like a description of everything that I've used in that text, and half of the comments that I get are still people asking me, "Hey, what's that guitar?"
Yeah,
it's written down there. Just look at it. But I'm not saying it. Obviously,
I completely
I'm
understand.
just going to tell them what the guitar is, But yeah, no one reads the text. No one cares about that for sure.
Yeah.
No, it's and the difference between YouTube and Instagram is it's two different worlds entirely, and a lot of people, including myself, forget that they're absolutely entirely different. And you see people doing really well on Instagram and then not doing so well on YouTube, and absolutely the opposite is true. And then there are the rare few that do well everywhere, but their content is tailored for that platform. You can't just put something on that it doesn't work, does it?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. And that's something that I've seen on my profile, on Thurman's channel. Rehashing content that's not made for that platform is not going to work. Like, unless it's from TikTok to Instagram, where there's you shouldn't, please don't do it, but it works. Because the attention span, the format, like visually the format, the safe zone in the format, like if you look at what part of the image is actually free from the boxes and the likes and the whatnot, like it's very similar, so people look in the same places. It's technical and it's boring, but I'm fairly sure that's why. And the YouTube thing is totally different.
Are you on TikTok, Guillaume? Do you have a TikTok?
I was for a while. It's not coming from the best place. It's so I think they started again. I had to check it out. Apparently we were going to start doing it with Thurman, and I was going to be a part of that. At the time, that was maybe like a year ago, a year and a half. And so I downloaded the app to see what it was. Started posting a little bit to see like the kind of reach I could get on it, because just wanted to find that out. I was happily surprised for a while. It worked like really well. The algorithm is completely different. But in the end, I just couldn't spend time on the app. Like it was just nah. Like
it's my guilty pleasure, man. It's such a guilty pleasure of mine.
I so get it. I understand. I absolutely understand why. But it just wasn't for me. It just was not working for me. So I kind of gave up. Maybe posted like 3 or 4 videos and then stopped.
I find with TikTok, I can't be that animated, that on. So I'm like, oh God, I feel too old for this stuff.
Yeah.
I'd love to. I'd love to have the energy to go, oh my goodness, this is amazing. Look at that. Oh, wow, catch. Hey. No. Sorry, that's my TikTok.
Sorry to everyone who's active on TikTok. It doesn't mean that every one of you has ADHD. It's just
absolutely not.
It's not for us old people.
I don't judge the platform at all. It just didn't really stick with me. So I didn't want to invest more time in it, I think.
I enjoy it as a viewer. I don't enjoy it as a creator. I just can't,
Yeah. That's also a thing. Yeah.
I just can't finish my sentence.
On the other hand, I mean, if you turn it around, there are very few TikTokers that are also super successful on Instagram or YouTube. So it kind of shows that each platform kind of needs a different approach. And being highly successful on one platform doesn't mean you're successful on the other one, because they're all totally different. And the target
for sure. For sure. There's just more parallels with TikTok, because it can also be like a performance place. So you wouldn't have to, you don't have to explain anything. You don't have to do video. You don't have to be comprehensive about the pedal, the guitar, whatever you're playing. It can just be a 1-minute performance or like a 45-second performance. And that kind of thing can work both on TikTok and Instagram. It doesn't always work, but it can work on both. And so the few accounts that that I know of that made it really big on both platforms are performance channels for musicians, at least. I didn't really pay attention to the rest, but yeah, if you do that kind of thing, it's possible. I don't know how. I'm not really good at TikTok, but it's possible.
I do like the way you say TikTok.
TikTok.
I like the way you say most things, if I'm honest. But
No.
Yeah, one of the here we go. Here's the thing. One of the reasons you are successful is you have a nice voice to listen to. I enjoy listening to you speak. It's animated, but it's also calming and gentle. And
I should start speaking on Instagram.
It's not too. Yeah, you should. It's not too nuts, but it's not. I don't know. It's the X factor that you have, and
thank you.
There's an element of that.
That's very kind. That's very kind. I was told that I had a voice that was easy to mix. I'll accept that one. The mid range is where it should be. It's like, that was cool.
Nice. That's a good compliment too.
That should go on your CV. My voice is easy to mix. I think anyone hiring you would definitely. His voice is easy to mix. They'll take him. Gee, if someone's watching this and they're looking up to you and wondering, that they've learned a lot from you, and I'm going to put you on the spot now. If someone is hoping to follow in your footsteps and also succeed in ways that you have, what advice would you give them?
If you want to succeed to the extent that I've succeeded, just pick something that you like and just do it as much as you possibly can. Whenever you can, with whatever you have. If it's just phone audio, it's just going to be phone audio, and that's absolutely fine. It's, if you want to play guitar on a platform and put yourself out there, you kind of have to. You can't prepare yourself for just, the kind of feedback that you're going to get, the kind of comments, or, they're not always nice. And it's just like, you're going to get a little bit of everything. But if you do it enough, long enough, and often enough, you'll get somewhere. And even just so, for the sole reason of getting things out of your system. I think that was the most, at least in the beginning for me, that was the biggest thing. Just, I'm going to practice one thing. I'm going to practice one song or one lick or whatnot, and I'm going to film it, and I'm going to nail it, and I'm going to post it, and then I'm going to move on. I'm going to do something else. And that kind of pushes you to practice different things and learn different songs, figure out different sounds, a lot of positive things. And that only happens if you just do it as much as you can. So don't bother with the quality. That'll come when they'll come. I don't know. It's Instagram. Like, you can upload in 8K. No one's going to look at it in 8K. It's... I appreciate it, and I'm also making efforts to try and film better and mix better and sound better and look better and whatnot. But like, in the end, just post stuff, and when you can upgrade, you upgrade. I think that's the only thing I can recommend. And if you want to work and do side jobs and work with other companies, and that's a good way to go into it. Start contacting people, and don't back yourself into a corner by saying no to this or that because you don't think you can, or because you think you're too good for it, or because that's not your style. Just do it. Just do it.
Great summary.
Use that as an advertising.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna license it now. I'm pretty sure it's still. Oh wait, what?
Oh no.
Andy, we should not wrap up the show without asking Guillaume a little bit more about his guitar. So can you fill us in about your main axe, the legendary Stratocaster that we all see on your channels?
You won't believe it. It was right there the whole time.
No way!
What luck?
For the people that are just listening, I'm going to describe it as I show it to the people that are also watching. This is my number one guitar. It's reversed. I hate it. I hate moving things to the right and it goes to the left. It's horrible. This is a Fender Stratocaster by the Custom Shop. It's a 1962 reissue that I ordered 3 years ago, that I got on Christmas Day. It was the most magical thing. it's a really, really great guitar. It made me sell most of my other guitars, and yeah,
because it was so expensive.
it was extremely expensive. Yeah, I paid a lot of money for that guitar. Fender did not give it to me or send it to me, contrary to some what some people have said under the in the comment section. I paid for that a lot, and it was worth every penny. I've played that guitar every single day for the past 2 years. I love it to death. Strat guy until I die, and Telecasters are trash. So there we go. I've said it.
Whoa!
I'm joking. I also have a T-type. They're okay. They're okay. But this is the one. This is my guitar. So
well, I can totally see a T-shirt. Telecasters, they are okay. So can you fill us in a little bit more about specs? Because from what I understand, you spec'd it at the custom shop. So did you already had like a super specific vision of how that guitar was supposed to sound and look like, or did it come about, kind of throughout the couple months where you
Whoa! Stop!
Yeah, I just saw Chris in the chat. Hey, buddy,
Chris Baracci is here.
I don't mean your telly, man. It's not yours.
Oh, that's going to be a very bad conversation.
you take that back, young man.
Yeah, give us the specs of that Strat. Sorry,
he
Chris.
He knows what I mean. This is pretty much bone stock, like a 62 would have been. So it's vintage tuners, it's bone nut, it's the vintage fret wire, so no jumbo or whatnot. The neck shape is the same. What I spec differently is the flash coat lacquer. So that's why even just after 2 years, there's very little lacquer left on it. Because it was the flash coat, so it was extremely thin. Radius is compound from 725 to 9.5. The pickups are 63, and Texas Special in the bridge. So 63 in the neck and middle, Texas Special in the bridge. All three hand wound by Josefina Campos. And there's a treble beat, of course, and a blend knob. So like this. Oh, this is so confusing. This tone knob is not a tone knob. It blends the bridge pickup with the neck. And the bridge pickup to the in-between position. So like if I'm in position 2, I actually have all 3 pickups on. And if it's on 0, and if it's on 10, it's just a regular wiring, basically. I don't use it that often, but sometimes when I'm going through like a lot of washy effects or whatnot, and I need the extra twang that I would have gotten with a T-type instrument, Chris, because they're so good for that. I use that a little bit and just blend to get a little bit more spank. Otherwise, bridge is spec. Everything else pretty much is. I have my bridge locked completely. So I've got 5 springs, and it's flush with the body, and got a Lady Gaga sticker on the back because that's where the tone comes from. And that's stickers. Tone is in the stickers, yeah, absolutely. And that's about it for the specs. And you can order the exact same guitar, but it will sound different.
About the color, did you already from the very beginning wanted to go with shell pink?
I didn't know at first. That's something I was because I was specing. I was helping one of the purchase managers at Thomann spec a few guitars because he had a lot to spec, and it was like, hey, you know how to spec a good guitar. Can you help me out and maybe spec a couple for me? It's like, yeah, sure. And that's only then that I kind of realized. I was looking at the older sheets and all the color options and everything. It's like, oh man, that would be my dream guitar. But if I were to order it for me, it's like I don't know about the color because it's like I don't want sparkle. I just can't pull it off. Sparkle is too much for me. But I didn't want to be like another Black Strat or another Sunburst Strat. And so I thought, I hate yeah. So I thought, if I'm ever getting like a Grammy or something like that, what kind of color do I want to play on stage? What kind of guitar do I want to have on stage? And it's like, and then it was evident. It had to be pink. It had to be shell pink. This one though is faded, and it's I don't know. I haven't seen another shell pink like that. It's yeah, it's special. It's mine.
And so are you.
Thank you. That's what my mama said.
She's right. Well, how do we find you on Instagram, G? What is your Instagram handle?
Guillaume.Chenin. That's my full name and last name, Chenin. My face was actually drawn by a really good friend of mine, Aldo. He's the guy who did that was my Christmas present. He picked like what would the ultimate me face be, and so like he figured out the messy hair and the sunglasses and whatnot, and he drew that for me, and I thought that was incredible. So my face is looking way better on Instagram than it does in real life. That's how you find me.
Sarang's put it there for us. Thank you. There's a really long link just there.
Much, man. Thank you so much.
Dude, I wish you the very best. I hope we get to see each other in the same room, or at least same hall at some point. And
I really wish to. Yeah,
do
thank
all the things
you
that real
guys
friends do.
so very much. It was such a great time. It was, yeah, had a lot of fun. I cannot wait to see you guys again, and yeah, do real things that real people do in real life eventually.
Oh yeah, big time.
But yeah, I'm super grateful. That was such a blast. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing all the wisdom with us and with our viewers.
I hope that was.
I've learned stuff, man. I've learned and I've been reminded of good things and positivity. So thank you for that.
Remember, volume swell. It's right there.
My finger's been sticking out the entire end of this conversation. I've been stretching it, doing some working out. Dan is going to ask you lovely people to do something for us now. Mr. Dr. Daniel Getka.
Yeah, if you want to support the podcast, make sure to give us a like on YouTube. And also, if you have a smartphone of your girlfriend, your daughter, your wife, or your grandma next to you, just grab the smartphone and give us a 5-star rating on iTunes. Or if you're listening to the podcast via Spotify, you can now actually rate the podcast. So please give us a short review and a nice rating so we are visible and can invite more guests just like Guillaume or maybe Chris for a rematch to clarify what is the best Fender guitar, either the Stratocaster or the Telecaster.
Look, you're right on top of my podcast list. There's Rhett and Link, and there's you, right up there. I already gave the
All right, now here comes the big question, Guillaume. Did you already give us a 5-star rating on iTunes?
I have on iTunes. Yeah,
Awesome.
I don't use Spotify, so I did it on iTunes, and I think I was the 5th person to already like that video on YouTube. you know.
Thank you very much.
I was the second. Yeah. I was the second. I think I like my own video today. Right, it has been an absolute pleasure, gentlemen, and absolutely we need to get Chris Barocci on the show. He's a very busy man because his guitars only have 2 pickups, you see, so you've got to work a third
He has to work harder for it. Yeah.
I'm not sure of the math, but he has to work harder. But Chris,
Definitely.
we will reach out to you, and we've got some great guests coming up next week. Dan, we have. Let me just check the calendar. Do you know off the top of your head who we have? Because I do.
No, I'm sorry.
Yes. It's Mr. Jack Gardiner is on the show next week.
Oh, sick!
Ooh,
That's going to be a way
he
better
plays a
show
nice
than today.
G-style guitar.
So we're going to get quite shreddy next week, I guess. I'm really looking forward to talking to Jack. Haven't seen him in a long time. If you know Jack, then you'll enjoy next week's show. If you don't, you'll still enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, guitar geeks and people and all that, we will shoot away now into the night with our pink Strats. Goodbye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Stories Podcast, your number one show for everything guitar.